That button, hopefully. Good evening, everybody. Did you put it on the page, Peter? You sent it to me as a direct message. Put it in the rest of the general chat for the peeps to see. You do it on there, if you can figure it out, Peter. Stephen, you're logged into Discord, aren't you? Well, yes, you are. Anyways, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the new streaming room. Those of you who were here yesterday for the little test stream, I have temporarily, possibly, maybe, moved the camera to the middle of the desk instead of the little position over here, which I do prefer because you can see more of the room, to be honest. But it was just to kind of possibly negate some of the echo that we were getting yesterday. I did listen to it back, and to be honest, I need to update a lot of sound settings anyway, because it's basically just the default sound going into it all. So I do need to play around, but that takes time and effort, and I've got neither at the moment. So I am speaking directly into the microphone, right at the camera. Chat is right there, so I don't need to look very far away, and my main screen is is here. So maybe this way might work better. The only thing is, you're a bit close to me. Nobody needs to be looking at this from any close distance, do they? Really. But yeah, I did watch a little bit of the stream from last night back, the test stream, just to see what it was like. It was a little bit echoey. It's quite the violin. It's a bit of a violent violin, to be honest, Andrew. Yes, I will give you the guided tour in a moment. Don't worry. But yes, nice decorative sword to my right. In other words, that's just a big stick, so you behave yourself. That's what that's all about. But yeah, I mean, it's not fully decorated. I mean, the walls are painted, but I mean, there's other stuff to go in and go up. But it'll take time. It's not going to happen instantaneously. But I would, to my mind, this sounds very echoey in my head. What it's like coming through the microphone is probably a little bit of slap back, but hopefully not as bad as much as what it was last night. Nice calming colours. Yes, I just basically painted it grey, Paul. That's what I did. Just a grey background, and obviously I've got all the lighting on now that kind of pulsates and moves and changes. So these LEDs go all the way around that wall there. You get a better view on the wide thing from further away, but also on the the stream up, but the starting screen for the stream, I put up my old webcam up in the top corner of the room. So those of you that were here late, Simon, Paul, you'll have missed the room view from up in the corner above the door, which I can switch to that just for giggles. Hopefully the audio will stay, nothing will break. And there's the view of my office. Well, the only thing is, you see more of me fat gut. So we have two views in the office now. So you can see there's the main nice bright window. There is a blind up, would you believe? It's a little bit bright. You can see all the lights up here, and they go across the top of there. You got me sound paneling behind me as well. The two lights as normal, two screens, camera in the middle, microphone here, and yeah, the rest of the office, which is lovely, which has gone well. Right, which button is it? That one. Back to me. There we are. So all this effort. So we are now fully moved in here now to the new office. It's still reasonably tidy, which is quite surprising. It won't last long. So I might stop using the wide view because that's going to give the game away on how bad things are. So we'll see how that goes. Right, are we still on? Because you've all gone quiet. Good evening, alien. Yes, we are fine. Okay, I think we're fine anyway. YouTube says we're not, but what does it know? What does it know? So yeah, we did a little test stream last night just because I was a little bit worried about connectivity. But if we do drop out, there's a high chance. If we do drop out, then probably there'll be another stream kicks in immediately after. I think it'll come up as test stream. So when that comes through, just click on that. It will probably automatically change to that. But that was just a pure warning, just in case it does happen. Right, so what else is on? Just remember, next week is the 5th anniversary stream. It is Simon. It's a threat, so you behave yourself. Next week is the 5th anniversary stream. No idea what I'm going to do for it yet. It probably depends on what kind of time I have spare to do anything between now and Tuesday, which at the minute I haven't got really any time to do until about Monday. So violin, I told you. So yes, hopefully you'll be a few of you here for next week for the old 5th anniversary. Can't believe it's been bloody 5 years. I can't believe it's a year since the 4th anniversary. last year. Let's come around it far too bloody quickly. I presume that, Peter, seeing as it had a C-stand or whatever it's called. I thought you must be doing something fancy with that. But yeah, I think that's all there is to report. I have been out working all day today. A lovely group tuition session today with some lovely people. But I might be a little bit tired. So if you thought I yawned a lot last week, you might find I'll be yawning a lot this week as well. Just warning you. But yeah, it was a good fun day. Very nice bunch of people. But I could really do with putting my feet up now. That's the only thing. So before we get too far, what the fuck? Okay. Before we get too far in, I did, Peter. There's a surprise there. I took them to a castle. That's all I ever do. A beach and a castle. Yes, it was, Simon. There was a lot of moving stuff around. There was just lots and lots to do. But we got there. We got there in the end. It was all good. It was all good. Yeah, but the main thing was getting the desk. Like, straight after I streamed last Tuesday, I kind of took everything to bits, and then Wednesday morning, I had to spend the day taking the desks to bits, obviously clearing the desks of all the monitors and stuff. Took the desks apart and then had to bring them up and reassemble them up here. Exactly, Simon, exactly. It will, Peter. Very good virtue up there, very good. Ooh! Did Peter trigger... To be honest, did Peter and Simon trigger a word? I never noticed that. I've completely forgotten what words Jen said. It may... Oh, I know which one Peter triggered. The second one for certain. I don't know if castles are... I'm not sure castle's a word. A trigger word. But I know the one you triggered, Peter, for sure. So that might be... I'll have to check. Obviously, Jen is not here yet. I think she has a meeting every day at... not every day. Every Tuesday at 11:30, so... It will probably be... I'm just going to check my messages. See what is on in her list of... Where is it? She did send us a list. Oh no, it wasn't that word. It was that word. Okay. Yes, it was the C word. Thank you very much for your tip, Peter. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. I'm sure Simon triggered it as well. Did he? Interesting. Oh, Aileen, I think you might have triggered something there. Yes, I think the C word is in it, by the way, people. Just before it costs you a fortune, be selective on what you... You can't even make it 5 minutes. Well done, Peter. But yes, that's the link for the tip jar. Much appreciated, Peter. Thank you very much. That the total is rapidly approaching £50. Well done, everybody. And somebody's just gone in with a £5, whoever that was. Thank you very much, Anonymous. That may well have been Aileen, was it? Much appreciated, everybody. You don't need to go to a £5 though. I do say £1. Don't break the bank, everybody. It's only a little bit of fun. But thank you very much. So that's it. I mean, my eyesight's bad. Thank you, Aileen. Very much appreciated, but really, is that covering basis for the rest of the night, is it, Aileen? We're up to £38, everybody. Well done, everybody. chatting Japanese. You might have to learn. I'll keep on looking over here for the camera. It's not there. It's here. Thank you very much. Could be, Andrew. Could be. It could end up that way. It could be. Right. Before we get too distracted with tip jars and stuff, before Jen's here to crack the whip or anything, I was going to show you around the bit. I was going to show you around the office, wasn't I? Right. Before I get distracted again, thank you very much for the contributions, everybody. Let's switch to this. And so for Thursday, they weren't here last night. Obviously, you've had the wide view of the office. But I will give you a more, basically show you the rest of this wall because you can't see it because I've moved the camera. So if I move this here with everybody, thank you very much, Aileen. So we have the, oh God, I can't control the camera. So we have that print, that canvas, which has been in the background of stream previously. A new edition, which used to admonish the wall as you come up the stairs up onto the landing. That is Anduril, Flame of the West, the Shards of Narsil reforged from the Lord of the Rings films. It was, the sword that cut the ring from Sauron's hand, and then it was shattered. And then they kept it for however many millennia, and then reforged it into this one. So that, we've got a Chris Friel print along the bottom there. A Tory picture from LA at the top there. You can see all the LED lights that go around that wall. I can't control. Very much important, we have the dartboard, and I have bought a light for it, so I can play darts now. All right, Peter. Up in the corner, we've got a webcam, where the webcam is in that little alcove. Very, very good. And a mess of desk. And in the corner is another little desk for writing at. Yes, and actually, it's a replica. And whiskey collection over the back there. So that's the new office. Welcome into the new office, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that little view, little guided tour. You probably saw much more last night, to be honest. So, I have no idea how things line up for other things, but if I move this so I can actually see so I can see Lightroom would help. But yeah, I'm not sure if I like this front-on view. I think I prefer it over here. I'll just have to work on the sound quality. Right, tonight, before I get distracted again, we are going to go for, let's go for some tuition. Oh well. What's going on? Why is this not showing the screen display? What's that one? Yay, there we go. Yeah, there was something wrong with the monitor before. I don't know. It had lost its configuration. Right, we are back. We have something on screen. So I was thinking of what to do tonight. Let's go to rated. Because a few weeks ago I did shoot some stuff from Bamburgh Castle, but we've seen lots of Bamburgh Castle for many years now. And I was down there today with today's clients. So I've already edited an image of Bamburgh Castle today, and I didn't really want to do another one. So I thought there was still some views of Durham Cathedral, which I hadn't worked on. So that is the plan for tonight, is to do this slightly different, vastly different aspect of Durham Cathedral. Because when I shot it, I quite liked it. I don't know how it'll turn out, obviously. But I thought we'll give it a go at something a little bit different. Maybe it's this kind of tighter in version viewpoint. Come on, come here. Just to keep rotating. There we are. So it's just this little view of these turrety bits on the northern side of the cathedral, I think it is. I thought it was quite interesting. So there's 4 images here. So we'll start on the develop kind of stuff. I really am not sure how it's going to end up. But good evening, Stan. How are you? Hope you're well. I'd imagine it's because Peter's making some funny video out of it. That fella should be on TikTok, not making stupid videos for YouTube. That's what he should be doing. But yes, I think he's making humorous videos. Don't worry. I think it's an age thing. Right, so let's do the normal bits and pieces to this. I'm going to open up the vignette because this is quite dark on this side. And sort of the detail, the basic stuff. You could probably want it a little bit of recovery in there. Open the shadows right out, or quite far out, to get some detail back into the stonework on here. Yeah, keep the whites a little bit lower, just so there's a little bit of data in this sky here. Color-wise, because of the kind of the color of the stonework, probably want it a little bit warmer. Not so daylight isn't going to fit. Cloudy. It nearly fits, to be honest, so we can probably stick with that. Bit of contrast, added contrast. Maybe leave that in the middle, because like some of this warmer tones picking up here is probably quite nice. So we'll go with that. Yeah, that'll probably be good. That'll probably be good. So obviously we've got four versions of this. Is there any dust spots? I don't think there is, to be honest. Nothing visible anyway. That's fine. And then we'll apply those settings to the next 4 of them. Sync those across. That's everything selected. Synchronize. Has anybody, by the way, updated to the latest version of Lightroom? I was scared to today, but I did load Lightroom onto my laptop yesterday because I had this tuition group today, and all of a sudden I was like, Lightroom's different. What's going on? So there's some AI masking. There's AI masking or AI noise reduction in Lightroom now, which was a bit surprising to see. And then I think maybe it's because it was Windows 11. That's maybe why it looked different as well. I thought it looked a little bit different. It's obviously just me. Right, so we've got these 4. We'll see what happens. Is that denoise? Was it? It was denoise. Right, because I just installed DxO Pure Raw 3 yesterday, the day before maybe, and that's like a noise reduction thing. And I put it on one of my Aurora images from February. It's like shot at ISO 800 or whatever, nighttime, so it's noisy as shit. And it was lovely, buttery smooth after it done that. So if Lightroom's doing it, they're obviously having to keep up with the Illuminars and all these other ones. But yes, do remember I do have an affiliate link for DxO. So if you're wanting any DxO stuff or trials or anything, go click on that. There's a link somewhere in my About Me page. I think there's a link on the description of this video. I must highlight these things more, and then I can make more money. Right, I've been out busy the last few days, so I haven't really caught up with what's going on the Lightroom front. All I need to know is it going to be faster? That's my main concern. Right, I'm getting distracted again. So we will push this into Photoshop. Sorry. Open his layers. Again, wait forever, because that's what we have to do. Actually, let's switch back to the presentation view. This will speed things up. Actually, my Lightroom loading images onto into Lightroom on my laptop was a flew. Why is my desktop so slow? And I'm sure they haven't sped it up. But I literally loaded 144 images onto my laptop. It's an SSD as well. And it flew through, processed, did the usual process, basic processing. Did all that in the blink of an eye on my laptop. So I think it must be because my processors are rubbish. I think that's what it is. So we'll see. So I'm not sure how this image is going to turn out, whether it's going to turn out with like a bit of a traditional kind of look, or is it going to have to go down the abstract route, or what? But it could be a little bit like the Theatre Royal image that started off wanting to be something from the 1800s, and then it ends up being something very abstract. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really sure how it's going to go. Right, so hold on, I never switched back to that. Apologies. So we now have these fine looking layers, some better than others. We'll see how these blend together. Good morning, just about. Jen, how are you? We've already got money out of people, Jen. They triggered a secret word. It's cost them a fortune. Right, okay. So maybe it's not soft light. You've been over 2 minutes. Yes. There might not be much word mention of a certain word going forward now that one's been triggered. It's an obvious one though. So, but I have to remember it's just a bit of fun. It's only £1. Don't need to go daft with it. But right, okay. Right, let's go to multiply anyway to get these lined up. So I think maybe that probably is a good one to be basing it on. Oh shit, let's get them all selected. Sorry. Let's bring that into here. And then this one into here. And then oh, by the way, Jen, do I sound better today because I have changed the camera to facing directly into the sound wall instead of it being moving around? Because I've still got work to do on the sound because I need to configure the thing properly. Because all I did is basically plug it in and went. Right, so blend modes. What should we do? I mean, obviously multiply is very dark, so we probably don't want to do that. That's quite dark as well. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did watch most of the stream back again from last night, and it was a bit. I could hear it at times, but I do generally need to work on the sound anyway. But thank you for pointing out it wasn't great last night. I mean, it was alright, not like passable, but I'd rather it be good. Right, this is getting quite dark. Obviously, we don't want it so dark, so we're gonna have to lighten this up. So maybe reduce the opacity in some of these. So just by Let's get these down to 50%. I'm going to wipe out pretty much everything on it. It's not good. It's not good. So we maybe want one layer that's full whack. Getting very technical in my terms today. Full whack. Okay. Oh, my head. Actually, what's green like? Very bright. But then again, we could use screen and multiply. Right, if that one is 100%, that one's 55. Let's bring that one back up to 100. This one back up to 100. Thinking, well, not out the box, but we'll make them two screen. These very lights. Right, then multiply. Make the bottom two screen. What's that look like? A little bit better, but not much. Make the top two soft light. Just trying things here, just trying to get a balanced kind of image. Right, okay, so let's switch them two off. The bottom one does. Their screen. That one is there, that one is there. Right, okay. So what I think I might do here is do a stacked layer, stamp layer, whatever you want to call it, of that combination. And then these two layers, which were soft light, we make these multiply and maybe reduce their opacity, just really to soften off this left hand side. Hey, Stephen, there's all kinds of tricks to get around it. That's from our end. Yes, be careful what you say. Right, okay, so that's. I do need to warm this up, otherwise it's not going to turn red. Or have that type of shade in it. So that layer, yeah, that's gonna have to. If I layer this layer, this new stamped layer in. With if we go soft light, we knock that off. All right, this is where I need Peter's expertise, the old blend thingy. Blending options, isn't it? It's along here. If I move that across there, what happens? Yeah, that comes in. Right, so if it's alt, isn't it? The split it, yes it is. If we go to here, if I get this box out of the way, I might be able to see what I'm doing. Bit of blend if along here, that's very dark. We want to open that up a little bit, so we want, because we want the we want that to go through. What happens if I move this? Ooh. Yes, we want some of that as well, so we need to split that. You can tell I have got no idea what I'm doing. So we have a bit, it's a bit slightly better exposure, isn't it? But you can adjust all this. I have no idea what it is, what I'm doing, Peter. No, I do know a little bit. But I noticed there was somebody selling a plug-in thing for Photoshop. And I noticed your name was a comment on it. When I saw it, I was like, oh, Peter would love this. Scroll down the comments. Quirkworks is right there. I thought, I knew it. I knew he would be here. Can't remember what the guy was called now. Not to worry. Right, okay, I am clotting around. What am I doing? Let's stick to... It was soft light, wasn't it? Yeah. So is that good enough? Because I'm just thinking about keeping these highlights here. I think that'll do. I think. I don't know. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. That was before. Yeah, it's got a bit. Oh, yeah, it's dulled the sky down a bit. Let's go with that. Now, I obviously want to do a bit of colour work. He affects us all, Jen. He affects us all. And we love him for it. Right, okay, so I want some, what do you call it? Some curves to undo what I've just done. Okay, let's keep that in there. Very small maneuvers. We've got a disturbing amount of blue in here, so we obviously need to get rid of that. By going that way, there we go. A bit of yellow. It'll end up a different colour eventually. A bit of a little touch of warmth. Just ever so slightly. And then we want a hue and saturation layer. And maybe what we want to do is select these colours, blues, and let's change the blues for a different tone so they don't interfere too much. Let's not drop the saturation too much, obviously. Let's lighten them. Okay, a little bit there. It's going to be quite yellow here. Okay, right, okay, whatever. Crop tool, let's just crop all this stuff off. Just chop off well inside it. So there, pick that. Right, okay, I'm going to add in a new layer of, not red, kind of a strong orange, right about here. Paint bucket tool is gone, wherever that's gone, where is it? There it is. Go to hue, color, just let me think here. Something like that. Right, go to hue, drop the opacity to. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. That's pretty kind. Bless you. I do appreciate that. It is all just for fun, by the way, guys. But I do thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat, Simon. Much appreciated. Right, so this is going to be like a one element image because it's all going to be this section here. The only thing about the super chats, it doesn't go up against the donation goal, but never mind, doesn't matter. I can manually adjust that, I think. Can't we, Jen? I think we can adjust that. I haven't looked in the back end of Stream Elements for a long time. So, right, we'll have this layer given that a little bit warmer tone. Hopefully this will work. Do you get a free super chat? Oh, I didn't know such things. It's like I didn't know there was a free super chat, if you remember. That's like the prime. That's like a prime sub in Twitch land, isn't it? If you're a prime subscriber. Right, what may I want? Nick selection tool, that's what I want. Analog Effects Pro 2, because I still haven't updated. Obviously, I have to. When I loaded the Nick collection onto my laptop, so I've now got Nick collection, the Analog Effects Pro 3 on my laptop now, and it worked quite well, must admit. So I do need to get it updated on here. Right, let's get you out of the way. And by the way, if you're enjoying the stream so far, if you like what you've seen so far, if you like the new room and everything goes with it, and you're enjoying this image and where it might go, leave the thumbs, leave the streamer a like. Help spread the word. And such things is what we do. Right, I am aiming for 19th century painting here, by the way, so I might be going for something quite easy. You know what I'm like for easy. I'll end up making it complicated. Almost guaranteed making it complicated. Just considering my options here. I was kind of thinking I might go for a wider image, but I think looking at the options, it might have to be a square crop. Let's have a look at this one. Nice tonality. It's now all about the positioning, isn't it? So the double exposure, I need to move this around. And one of the issues we do have is that these shapes are very distinct, very definitive. There's not a lot of softness to them. So that can be a bit of an issue. So maybe just play around with colour here. Get to the point where you just make a nice shape, potentially. Let's rotate this way. Where is the... Oh, there we are. That's where the spiry bits are. So, what... Now, right. This is where... If I turn off lens vignette... Okay. Where is that based? It's right up there. Okay. Obviously, it's very dark in here. We need to get away from that. But we can use the colour here. I don't do this often, obviously, but when you have the double exposure, that newly created one, you can use the rotate and the zoom and rotate zoom, and that will actually basically destroy all of this. So it will then become colour stretched out around the screen. So you can use the zoom strength. Let's boost that by quite a bit. And this should, because this is your zoom bit, zoom control. Oh no, that's that. Shit. Sorry, wrong thing. This is your zoom one. Try and bring that down a touch bit more. Thank you, Simon. So this is your zoom one. You can see how it starts obliterating the... so slow. The shape you can see has changed. Sorry, didn't mean to touch the microphone. And when you move this around, it affects that layer differently. So you can see it's because it's the zoom is going that way, radiating out from the center there, and the shape of the spiry bits, it's retaining the shape because it's heading in that direction. But if you move this over here in the control point, it is now zoom, like the zoom is now that way, so those shapes are now obliterated. So they now just become colour. So that warmer little tone of colour is now affecting this area here, which is quite nice. More notifications. Right, so we want some exposure balance, one way or the other. Helps if you press the button on it. Yeah. Wouldn't like to be the one that carried all the water up to the top of the hill. Right, so obviously your exposure balance, you can push the dominance of the second exposure more, which to be honest in this case might work better. The only thing I am worried about is very dark area here. So we've got to work on that. So we might work on that by this not being... Who's that tennis going on at the minute? So do you... Very good. Right, okay, so... Yeah, it seems this area is just going to be very dark anyway, so... if I drop the contrast a lot... I need to turn that on, don't I? Drop the contrast a lot. That softens that quite a bit, doesn't it? So it's now getting a little bit closer to kind of the kind of light that was actually hitting this at the time. Maybe it's not so warm, but you can like that slight intensity. It's got, I reckon. So it must be like a small thing. It is Simon. Very strange, very strange. But again, thank you very much for the super chat. Yes, I would like to try to cast some kind of light in here. And well, okay, whatever. So lens vignette. Obviously, we want to darken this side down. So we want this up here. And if we go rectangle, that gives us a little bit more foreground, which is quite nice. We could go lighter. Very misty, isn't it? I wonder if I move this over here with that lightened, what does that do? Does it, yeah. We could. Maybe it's not as strong as that. If we dial that back a bit to the realms of reasonableness, that could work. If we, the double exposure, if we reduce the strength of that, what does that do? Yeah, that maybe is a little bit better. Increase the brightness. Yeah, okay. If I change the rotate, does that make any difference? He gets a little bit more structure from the foreground. From there. Yes, everybody else is very quiet, not wanting to mention any of the super secret trigger words. Right, so that's not too bad. It's not brilliant either, obviously. Right, the film type, I think we need to work on this. We obviously got a bit of fade in this. If we increase the strength, decrease the strength. You're twitching eyebrow. I think they've got enough oomph, to be honest, Simon. Because I kind of obliterate. I mean, I can maybe do it like a gradient thing across there. Right, let's have a look at these. Oh no, I've done the strength. what these various ones are doing. Okay, so we want to go to a warm one. No. Or maybe it's just because it's strong. We go to cool, and these ones, no. I think subtle maybe is the way forward. On that strength anyway. Yeah, probably that one. Fadiness up there. Levels and curves, we did a bit of that before, didn't we? And let's go with not brightening it up that much. So maybe use that. Subtlety is key. What are you laughing at, Peter? Right, so far we've got from there to there. There's a nice little... No elephants. I should have hope not. A nice little shot there. Nice little amendment. Right, I'm gonna push this back into Photoshop. Don't snap at me. Push this back into Photoshop and have a little tweak, I think. Maybe actually do bring in a bit of a, you know, like get the curve going, gradient across from the left hand side. Yeah, no elephants or rabbits. Actually, today's group that I was with, one of my all-time favourites, legendary favourites that I've had a very definitive idea of what it was and what was in it. They go, oh, there's an ogre, and now I can't not see it. Spoilt an image that has been on the go since 2015. No, I do like that particular image. I do always ask what people see in it because it's all down to interpretation. I'm joking, Simon. I'm joking. Right, if I drop this down, like so, and then we get a gradient across there, and if we go from there across to here, we've got a little bit more definition on the left-hand side. Oh no, it's terrible. Oh well. Not to worry. Right, okay, this is okay, I think. Pull back a little bit more of this, bit of tree, bit of car. Not ideal, but you know, you can barely tell what it is. Right, what I am going to do is just going to check these folders, these images down here. I'm going to turn these off. Actually, I only need them too, but I'll do that. To see if any have got a bit of a no, they haven't. I was thinking one of them might have more of this building coming down here, but they don't. Damn it. That's all right though. Oh well, that's fine. I think. Do I want to do anything with that there? Maybe not. If I change these to normal, because I did. Let's see what each one is like. That's to that, yeah, to that. See, that one's got quite a bit of building. That one hasn't. So this one, bring this one in onto here. And if this is a bit of soft light, excuse me whilst I think aloud. Obviously not that. What I'm looking for is just, I was going to point it out on screen, looking for a little bit of definition down here. if I go soft light. Yeah, that just about does it. It just gives it a little bit more. So I will actually only utilize that though. So I need a mask like so, and I need a paintbrush like so, and let's maybe change the opacity to 50%. Make this bigger and just paint in this line better. I need more. Actually, let's undo all that. Delete the layer mask. Let's make another layer mask, and let's do it properly this time, Andy. So hardness we want to be less than 0%, and then this will be softer. There we go. Right, and what I'll do, I will just naturally fill in a bit more light down here. It's been well, I was going to say, apart from if you were at the coast today like I was, it's been lovely today. Sun shining, warm, a full 12 degrees, see? Lovely and balmy and warm. Took the coat off. Wonderful stuff. Right, so I'm just going to ease in a bit of definition there and just generally lighten this area up here, nice and circular. Maybe a little bit across here as well. And then let it all catch up because it's going to take a while. Wait patiently, there we are. Probably a bit more light here as well. And just generally a little bit more over here. We've got a nice bit more. Yeah, that'll do. Let it catch up again. I mean, kind of cold, but, you know, 11, 12 degrees. T-shirt and shorts weather here for us northerners. But yeah, it's been quite nice. Managed to take the top layer up. The AI debate, is it? I've given up. I like using Midjourney. I would like to get better results out of it, but I still quite like it. Okay, do I want to slightly erase this bit? If I go, I'll just switch that to black. If I just soften this particular line here, there we are. Just the little touches help. Nice, Sergio. Nice. We haven't got to the warm stage yet. This is always cool. But yeah, proper spring could do with coming soon. Right. I don't know how good this image is. I'm not sure. But I'm reasonably happy with it. If it wasn't for there being light on here on the right hand side, I'd be tempted to put some sunlight in here, but let's not do that. Somebody, one of my clients today mentioned something about that. They mentioned something about an award thing, but I remember like late last year there was some art award or something, and somebody just made it in Midjourney. Obviously managed to get past the judges and whatever. Yeah, I think that's the case, Stephen. Is that the judging is obviously crap. That is probably the main issue. Let's just lighten that up. A little bit more in here as well. Just open that up. Lovely. Yeah, if they can't spot it. I don't know what kind of image it was. I don't know whether it was, if it was a portrait or something. Bloody hell, Midjourney's got a hell of a lot better at faces and fingers and things. Very good, Jen. Very good. Very technical. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that's good. Shouldn't all be scared of it. Do I actually like this now? God, I hate myself. Do I like it without it? Oh, with it. It gives a little bit more depth. Right. Conscious decision made. And I'm not going to go down the abstract route. I'm going to leave it like this and sign it off as done like this. Going in for a traditional old style me ICM image, and it makes it look like an old painting. I think it was a portrait, right? Was it? I mean, it's probably a month since I last used Midjourney, but since they brought out version 5, because I always test it on like how pretty they make women on it, and it was like, my God, that is just a photograph of a stunning Swedish lass. I think I maybe actually put in Scandinavian blonde, spat down a very beautiful woman. It's almost like the weird science film from the 80s, but with like AI in its pictures and not Kelly whatever her face was. Right. Interesting. Yeah, I'm a bit like that as well, Stephen. It's like, a lot of this like anime style of stuff, which I quite like as a cartoony kind of thing. I would love to be able to do that, or portraits in that style. But I haven't got like the original thought to how I would approach it. Now you just tap in a few words, and off you go and run. Wonderful stuff. I really like it. I wish I was better at the prompting. I've got nothing against it at all. Right, I'm going to save this. I'm not going to do 17 versions today. I'm just going to do the one version, because we're doing 8:30. So yes, shorter stream today, but I'm tired. I was thinking, I don't know if those of you that are in the UK, the last 2 nights I've been watching the Raoul Moat drama series. And I thought, last night after the second episode, I thought, well, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night, so I'll probably miss the first half an hour. So I watched it online last night, so I've seen the entire series now. So I don't need to watch tonight's episode. But I didn't know what to make of that series. It was just a 3. To me, it was probably an episode short. I think they could have done more had it been 4 episodes rather than 3. I think it was it would probably have been a slightly better series. I thought it was very rushed, but that's mainly because I lived through it, so I know what it was like for that week. But it did just seem to be very rapidly dealt with. I don't know if any of you have watched that. I think for the rest of you in the world, I think it's on Amazon Prime. Well, there's always that, Stephen. I must admit, I am looking forward to. I'll be up early tomorrow morning to watch The Mandalorian. I am only on episode 3 of Picard, though. I'm massively behind, but I know it's the finale tomorrow as well, and obviously it's going to be the last episode with them all in. But I did see a few clips on TikTok, and I see that the Enterprise D has been resurrected. Spoilers. So yes, hopefully I'm going to avoid plenty of Picard spoilers for the next week or so, because it's going to be like, well, the weekend at the earliest before I get a chance to catch up with any of them. So I still don't think I'll be able to catch up. But I quite enjoyed the 3 episodes I did see. So how many? So I've got I'll have 7 to watch by the weekend. Oh god, it's gonna take our weekend. Right, give this 3 stars. So I don't know if there's anything more I can do to just a little colour tweak. Do I go? Actually, is that better? It might be. Yeah, leave that there. Contrast. Up, down, left, right. Andrew's putting plus. What's plus? Plus to what? No, you don't need to play with any of these. I think we are just about texture. Yeah. I drop the texture just a touch. Dehaze. The Realm thing is on ITVX. Oh, ITV, sorry. But all 3 episodes are on ITVX, ready to watch. I do, Simon. She is in the Picard series. That was a time. All right, okay. I was wondering what you were thinking about. Right, I think that'll probably do. All right, so let's do a couple of crops. Create a virtual copy. So we want a square crop for Instagram, obviously. And the question is where do we want to split it? I want to think about the height of the doodad, the cathedral, like so. Gonna make that and do a nudge on the virtual copy. Tell I've been outside all bloody day. My nose is going. 16:9, that's what I want. Wait. For potential wallpapers. We do that to about ground level, which was about there. Do we go? We trim that more than that. Do we want to look straight, like the middle of the image? You go looking straight down that gap. Don't know. Not sure. So maybe we do still want to be over here, because this is still the main focus. How far down do we go? We have that there. Let's go up to there. Oh, nice. Your bluebell's out already. Oh, so still a ways off, I think. Right, so that's 16:9. And I don't, what? This happened a while back. Did you all see that? I bet you do. Well, I do as well, so don't worry about it. Did you all see that? Oh, okay. You're just going to some bit Bluebell Woodland anyway. Right. Did you just see that, everybody? We have this issue again. And I wish Photoshop would not Photoshop, Adobe would sort it out. Their rubbishy colour scheme. So when you're in the develop module, you've got it like this colour thing. And then you switch to library mode, the library module. You would see it better if my computer wasn't so slow. See how much warmer the tone is? How bad is that? Now, what are you meant to trust? Are you meant to trust the library view? Or are you meant to trust the develop view? Very annoying. We've had this issue before with Reds on stream. and it's very annoying. I did at the time get in touch with them, wondering what the bloody hell was going on. And it's some kind of colour preview thing that they have that's specifically for, like, in Lightroom to do this preview for the library mode. But I can't remember whether it's the right version or the wrong, which one's right and which one's wrong. So it's quite annoying. So it must be a much smaller gamut for displaying. It is annoying, and I've had it a few times now. Oh, you get it as well, Andrew. I thought it was just because I use some extreme colours, but it is. Why can't they just have it display in everything with whatever is the real colour? So bloody annoying. Excuse me, I need a fisherman's friend. Me sinuses are going mad. Hopefully it'll sort them out. Right, so anyways, bar being annoyed by the preview. That's what one video, one image, 2 crops, square crop for Instagram or whatever, wider one for a potential desktop, and then this one, which I'll crop this to like 3x2. There we are, just a bit off there. Just tightens things up a little bit. Let's go to there. Lovely jubbly. Timey-wimey and all that. Right. I think that will do for this evening. That is really annoying and really, really apparent. So annoying. Might have to run it through bloody Photolab or something like that. Also, I got I was going to say, I haven't read the email yet, so I don't know if it's embargoed or not, but DxO have like won some award for best software or something. And since I'm an affiliate, I should really celebrate that fact. But I haven't read the email, so I better not say too much at the minute. But yeah. We'll see what happens with that. But yes, do remember I am a DxO affiliate, so if you are buying any or looking to test out any DxO software, then please do use there's an affiliate link below. If you use that and then go to any other DxO stuff after that, I should get some kind of commission somehow. I don't know. They haven't got the best systems, to be honest, for that. What I want is just a bloody code, website address / Andy or whatever. Would be much better than going through Airwin. Right, anyways, I think that'll do for this evening. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's go back to this one. Not that you want to see me any bigger. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Apologies for it being a little bit... excuse me, a little bit shorter than normal, just only marginally. But been good to see you all. Thank you very much for spending your evening with me. Thank you very much for the donations, everybody, and the super chats. Notice the ones that contribute then go very, very quiet because they don't want to be caught again. But thank you very much for those. Much appreciated. Remember, it's just a bit of fun. But I do appreciate your contributions. And we are nearly up to that £50 goal, which I think is for the month. But I don't know. I'll have to check that. Now, to be honest, I might turn them off next week because next week's celebration stream. I'm saying I might turn them off. I've got no control over it. Not my department. But thank you very much for that as well. Every little helps is all I can say. So thank you for that. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing any wine next week. Possibly, Stephen. Was it wine last year? I just remember being very drunk last year. Might have to do that again. Yeah, let's be classy. Let's make it wine next week rather than just going straight onto the whiskey. I think that's maybe what the problem was last year, because did we not start on the wine and then I went on to the whiskey in the after show? It was something like that. I know. I just remember I was 5 sheets to the wind or whatever the term is. By then it was an enjoyable night. So I don't know what I'm going to do next week. You can turn it off. Don't, Jen. So yes, I don't know. Like I say, I don't know what we're going to do next week, but it will kind of be a celebration stream. Hopefully, I'll be in a better fettle than what I was on my birthday in the 200th stream. So this one should be a happier affair, providing Mother doesn't fall over again. So hopefully we'll laugh. It'll be good to see some all of you here. It'll be lovely to have party frocks on. Yeah, I might put an effort in. I've got a wedding to go to tomorrow. I had to buy a shirt. I haven't bought a shirt in about 14 years. Bit of a drink with friends. Exactly, Jen. Can you drink at like 11:30 in the morning on a work day? I had to buy a shirt for this wedding to go to tomorrow. I haven't bought a shirt in like 14 years when I like had a job, because I've just been wearing like t-shirts and polo shirts for the last 13 years. 40 quid for a shirt? So I'm going to have to get more than 1 day's usage out of that. Damn in hell. I don't like spending money on clothes, as you can tell, because I look like a tramp. So yeah, I might have to put a shirt on next week just to get more use out of it. So yes, I'm going to add that onto your... if you want to see Andy in a shirt, turn up next week. I'll try to remember to put it on. Might even put a tie on. So that'll be a recipe for definitely spilling red wine down the front. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, if there's any updates or any definitive plans for next week, I will stick them on Discord, the usual place. So if you want all the background stuff and the goings on, join us on Discord if you're not already. Working from home. That means you can just drink all you want. I wasn't ready for a new shirt, to be honest, Jen. I didn't want to buy a new shirt. I did actually try it once, Simon, a few years ago. Many years ago now. To be honest, the location is a ruined priory. So it's a very big, old, ruiny building. So it will suit my type of ICM down to the ground. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, you'll have to remind us about the shirt thing, because I'll forget. I will forget. So do remind me. And I will try to remember to put it on. I've got to dress up for these things, I suppose, haven't you? So it'll be a shirt and it'll be shorts. Because hopefully it'll still be warm by then. Yeah, probably. To be honest, I probably will, Simon, because I was thinking that might actually be their gift, is an original from me of the location of their nuptials. So we'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes. All I know is I'm driving, so I'll not be drinking. So it makes Andy a very boring boy. So I mean, plus it's a school day, so weddings on a Wednesday. Thank God I'm not actually drinking, because that would write off the rest of the week. Nowadays, can't handle it, can't stack it, can't hack it, rather. Right, I will not keep it any longer. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week for Remember 5th anniversary stream. And if there's anything else going on in between, obviously, it'll not be the next week. We'll do the Zoom chat at the back end of the week for members and Patreons and stuff like that. Well, yeah, because it's cheaper, Simon, isn't it? That's why. I mean, that's why me half cousin, whatever he is. That's why he's getting married on a Wednesday, because it's cheaper. So anyway, hi Aileen, or bye Aileen. Still here. See you, Sergio. Again, thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you next week. Get your party frocks on. Till then, see yous.